If you're watching this, chances are you're in your early 60s or maybe you're already retired and you're asking yourself the question that keeps many people awake at night. Have I saved enough? It's a heavy question. It's not just about covering the bills, is it? It's about protecting the lifestyle you've worked decades for, maintaining your independence and feeling genuinely secure in the years ahead. So let's lift the lid on this a little bit together. Let's look at the real numbers and explore practical steps that you can take today to improve your situation. Let's start with the foundation most retirees rely on, ye olde worldy statey pension. For the 25 to 26 tax year, the full new state pension is £11,973 a year. For the purposes of the rest of this, I'm going to say 12k. It's a solid base, there's no doubt about it, but for many, it just won't be enough to maintain the lifestyle that they've imagined. Not everybody receives the full amount either, and this depends on your national insurance contributions. You need 35 qualifying years to get the maximum amount of state pension. If you're not sure where you stand, you can check your forecast on gov.uk. I've put the link actually in the description below for you to go and check that out. Your state pension is just one piece of the puzzle though. Workplace pensions, personal savings, personal pensions and any other investments and your cash savings as well all contribute to the full picture. But let's talk reality. Now, data from the Office of National Statistics shows that people aged 65 to 74 have an average pension pot of around 146 grand. That might feel reassuring at first to some, might not to others, but when you spread it across 20 to 25 years of retirement, it can feel alarmingly tight. And don't forget about inflation either. Even if your pot seems enough today, a pound in 10 years time won't be a pound. Add in unexpected expenses, a new boiler, car repairs, a leaky roof, and you can quickly see how your carefully saved cash can disappear. Healthcare and potential long-term care costs are also another factor that many people underestimate and worry about. Even modest medical bills or extra support at home can eat into your savings. So planning for these possibilities now can prevent stress later. I've met many people who thought they were financially set only to discover their money might not last as long as they hoped. In fact, there's a whole YouTube stream of videos below this that has exactly that in case studies. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you, it's to give a clear, honest picture. This is the facts that we come across every day. But there is good news. There are steps you can take now to make a real difference. And we're going to go through these in a moment. So how much do you actually need? Well, like we've said, the average pension pot for people aged 65 to 74 is 146k. But in reality, it really does depend on your lifestyle and your goals. Now, if you're content living modestly, if you don't carry debts and you plan to spend most of your time at home or in the garden, the retirement living standard suggests that a minimum retirement needs around £13,400 a year for a single person or £21,600 for a couple. But for most of us, we want more than just the basics. If you dream of travelling, helping your family, leaving a financial gift at the end of it all, a comfortable retirement is the goal. And that's £43,900 per person for a single person and £60,600 for a couple. Now, these are all averages, of course, and they paint a vivid picture of what it takes to live well. Remember, retirement income isn't just your pension though. You've got rental income maybe, you might downsize your home, you might do a bit of part-time work to fill the gaps. It's worth thinking creatively about the options available to you all. Now let's take a moment to go through the steps you can take now to help improve your pension pot, because if you are between 60 and 65, there is still time to make a meaningful difference. If you're younger than 60, you've got more time and that's great. Start with contributions. It might seem a bit silly to say this, but the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. Well, the annual allowance for the 25-26 tax year is £60,000. That's the maximum contribution allowance into a pension, and that includes personal contributions and employer contributions and any third-party payments. For those earning over 200 grand though, allowances may be reduced. Each pound you add benefits from tax relief, which can significantly boost your savings. If you haven't been maximising your contributions in previous years, don't worry, you can actually make catch-up contributions in some instances. Anyone with a pension can carry forward, that's the term you'll hear a lot, carry forward allowances. So anybody with a pension can carry forward unused allowances from the previous 3 tax years, provided they were a member of a registered pension scheme during those years. Now, in practice, this is most relevant for people aged 50 and over. Well, why? Well, because that's when many start making larger catch-up contributions to accelerate their retirement planning, because perhaps they're at the peak of their earnings, maybe the kids have gone, maybe they've got more disposable income generally. Well, next, let's take a look at your investments. At this stage, protecting your savings savings is just as important as aiming for growth, but how you balance the two depends on your personal situation. Some people prefer to gradually shift from higher risk equity-based investments to lower risk investments like bonds or cash to reduce volatility, whilst others may be comfortable staying in growth-orientated assets for a little longer. Now, target retirement funds can be a useful option because they automatically adjust the risk profile as you approach retirement, but, and it's a big but, it's important to choose a strategy that aligns with your goals and how comfortable you are with investment risk. If you've got multiple pensions, I'd definitely consider consolidating those because that can make managing your savings simpler, might help reduce fees as well, but it definitely will help you get your investment strategy under control. It's far easier when everything's in one place, particularly in pensions. However, it's also important to check for any exit charges or the loss of any guarantees before making a decision to move any pension anywhere. Now, fees can definitely erode your savings over time, so it's worth reviewing your pension providers and considering lower cost options if appropriate. I'll definitely say this, it's about value and not cost when it comes to your pensions. You must have great value. Whilst lifetime ISAs aren't available for new contributions after age 50, standard ISAs remain a flexible, tax-efficient way to supplement your retirement income. Now, when it comes to accessing your pension, Flexi Access Drawdown is one option to consider. Withdrawing gradually instead of taking a massive lump sum all at once can help your pot last longer, reduce your tax liability, and help it grow better over time. You're also entitled to take up to 25% of your pension tax-free in most instances. We're talking about investment-based pensions particularly here. But careful planning is key to making your savings go further. And don't forget practical steps that you can take today. Review your spending. Test different contribution levels with online calculators to see what will make a difference. Check for benefits or pension top-ups you may qualify for. Even small actions now can make a noticeable difference. But finally, getting guidance from a regulated financial advisor can of course make a real difference. A professional can help ensure your plan is personalized, optimized, and fully FCA compliant, supporting you in mapping out contributions, managing investments, and planning withdrawals properly and carefully. This is what Reeves specializes in, guiding you to get your finances on track and create a plan tailored to your lifestyle, your goals, and your circumstances. And if you'd like to explore this further, there's a link in the description where you can find out more about our free financial review, learn about the services we offer, and hear from real clients who've benefited from the work we do with them. So to wrap up, well, planning for retirement at 65 isn't just about numbers, it's about making sure your life after work is safe and secure. It's comfortable and exactly what you'd want it to be. By understanding how much you need, the income sources available to you, and how to manage your savings, pensions and investments, and other assets as well if you have them, you can create a retirement plan that gives you the peace of mind and the confidence and the freedom to enjoy your golden years. Remember, your ideal retirement isn't defined by averages at all. There are plenty of them out there. It's defined by you, your life, your goals, and ultimately your choices. If you're curious about how far your retirement savings can actually take you, don't miss our next video, Can You Retire with £32,000 a year? Click here to see how your numbers measure up with those and what lifestyle you could realistically enjoy. I'll see you all there.